Hi guys, it's Mrs. Ekadal again. I wanted to tell you that number one, the painting with acrylic and water on paper, just go ahead and fill in your elephant with using the same technique, and then give me some details, either with paintbrush and some darker paint, or maybe markers. And then I definitely want to see your pieces. I just don't feel like painting anymore right now. But I do want to start you guys on another project, and this will be a little bit of a longer project. And these are called radial weavings. And some of you have done these with me. You can see them. This is the radial weave. And then we've put it onto an embroidery hoop that's wrapped in fabric and given it some tails and a hanger. Here's one that my daughter did. I love it so much. And then here's an older one that she did too, the different sort of hanging there. But okay, I want to start you in on these because these are really beautiful, and these actually take some time if you are doing it right. Okay, so I start with just a piece of cardboard, and it's cut out into a circle, and then make little notches in the end of your cardboard. You can also use paper plate. We've done these. I've done them with some of you, paper plates, but I like these bigger ones. So your notches, they have to be an odd number. So I think this one has like 17 or something. As we've used this a few times. Get some string, and not yarn. You need to test your string. You can test it like this, and if it feels strong and it's not going to break, that's a good string to use for your warp threads. And let me just tear this off real fast. This is the back. You're going to take your warp string and put it on the back here, and then tape it using like masking tape or painter's tape, electrical tape, anything like that. Okay, so this is the back. This is basically your loom, right? And again, this is your warp string that you're making. You're gonna loom off of this. So go into your first notch. Now you're in the front, right? And I'm gonna go here, across, in the back, go over to your neighbor, clip in, and then crisscross in front, into your notch, look on the back, go over to your neighbor, clip in, clip in, go to your neighbor, clip in this way, and we're crisscrossing. Clip in, over to your neighbor, clip in, and my cuts are wonky. It doesn't matter really too much, but you can be precise. Measure it out if you want. Let me just double check. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so mine's a little wonky, but we don't care. This one we'll just pull around back, making it 17. Just any odd number. Okay, so now your warp string is going to turn into your weft. So warp, and then weft will be the strings that go around in a circle. Now, hang on, I got my scissors. I'm going to keep this string going a little bit longer because it's really thin. And if you look in here, these little pieces in the middle are really small. So you want like a smaller yarn or string. And then as you build out, you can go bigger and bigger. You can see in both of these how that works, okay? So watch this. So my warp string, you can start any way you want. It looks weird at first, but over, under, over, under, over, under. Oh, and this might get knotted up, so be careful. Over, under. Stay up top as you're weaving. It'll be easier to keep track. Over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under. And it does look really weird at first, but it'll start to make sense in a minute. Over, under. Now let's give it a little pull. Oops, looks like I forgot to do one. It's all right, don't worry. Over, under, over, under, right? Over, oops, grab it now, huh? Under, over, under, over, under, right? See what I'm doing? Over, under, and you continue this weaving, this radial weaving, right? Until it fills up whatever hoop you have. So, you know, we're basically just going to make it about this big. So when you weave, you want to make sure that your strings or pieces of yarn or fabric, whatever it is you're using, are all neatly pulled in, not too tight, not too loose. As you weave bigger and bigger, your pull on your string will be less and less because we don't want it to build into a bowl. Again, we'll look at this one. We want it to stay nice and flat. So your artistry really is going to come into play as you start weaving. You're going to have to take a look at what you're doing, making sure that all of your pieces look flat, and these textural pieces are still nicely done. Anyways, so you start doing that, and then let's say I want to change out into a different thread. I want to cut. Hopefully you can just use up what you have, but I just want to show you how to do this. Leave yourself a tail that's long enough, and let's see, let's just get a regular piece of yarn. If you don't have any yarn or string on hand, you can get old pieces of fabric and tear them into little strips. Let's get creative with that. So this is how you attach another string on. Do that, put them together, loop it around, right? Pulling, holding the tail, pulling one string, pulling the other to make sure it's nice and tight. And you clip off your tail. You're about to cut this off. And now you can also do this. You can also use a looming needle, which is, it's my dog. Okay, so over, under, over. That's Brody. over, under. I'm going to do this until you can see the next string. Over, under, over, under. Not too tight, right? Over, under, over, under. See how beautiful that is? I love weaving. And you guys don't forget to show me pictures of your elephants and tape them at the end. If you have paint pens, those look really cool too. Maybe I'll finish mine too one day, soon. So let's pull this in a little bit. See that? All that stuff happening. Okay, hang on. Over, under, over, under, over, under. We're almost there. So what you'll do is you'll just keep going, keep going. This little knot, some people like to show those for more texture. You can leave them all out in the open, or make sure they're tucked under as you weave. Let me see if Sabrina has any that are showing. Nope, they're all in the back. So here are her knots neatly tucked under. So this is really, really, really beautiful. And I think my daughter Sabrina and I are gonna continue and make another circular weave. Again, you'll need something like this. You can even cut out a piece of cardboard to put it onto, but these little embroidery hoops are super cool. And then we wrap them, and I'll show you how to do that part tomorrow. Wrap it all up and make all these. And yeah, so I'll just try to post a bunch of stuff for you guys to do. And again, I really miss you guys. I can't wait to see you again, and I really want to see your artwork, and I love you guys. Okay, can't wait to see all this. Start a circular weaving too. Okay, bye.